Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jake with REIPrintMail coming at you today with just a couple of common questions that I get. The first one being, how can a well-structured direct mail campaign contribute to a successful real estate investment strategy? And there's a million different ways I could go with this, because obviously marketing has a huge part to play in your real estate investment business, right? When you talk to someone like us and you get a direct mail campaign going and you follow our recommendations and you've got a really consistent campaign going where you know you're going to get 20, 30, 40 phone calls every single month, it becomes a lot easier to structure your business and kind of build a foundation when you know you're going to have some leads to work with. You can't hire a sales guy or an acquisitions guy when you don't have a foundation of consistent lead flow, right? So having a consistent direct mail campaign is extremely important and one that's working. And so that's why it's important to work with someone like me, a direct marketing coach that can utilize the failures and wins of all of our past clients to help you build a much more effective campaign. The next question would be, what are common pitfalls to avoid when launching a direct mail marketing effort? And once again, a lot of different things you could mess up on. There's things as small as just pulling a list. Let's say you're on PropStream or you're on REI Smart Data. You can miss one small filter and it can turn from one list that's niche to one completely way too broad list. A great example of that is when I'm pulling land lists. I work with a lot of land investors and I use a website called priced.com, PRYCD, fantastic website for land data. A big filter a lot of people miss is the amount of properties owned by an investor, or just an owner rather. A lot of guys will own a 100-acre property, and let's say it's subdivided into 2-acre lots. He'll be listed 50 times in that list you pulled if you don't cap the amount of properties owned or dedupe it, or have some kind of effort to not mail this guy 50 times. What I'll do is I'll cap the amount of properties owned by an owner that we're targeting to like 5 or 10. We're not aiming for big time investors that probably get a ton of marketing already, because the more properties you own, the more marketing you get, the more saturated you are, right? So a lot of little tiny things like that can be easily overlooked, and you don't realize how much of a domino effect they can have. And so once again, that leads me back to say, hop on a free call with us. We'll explain all this for you, because we don't want you to hit these pitfalls and then never trust direct mail again, or never trust the data source you're using again, right? You guys have a good day. Thank you.
So the beauty of direct mail marketing for real estate investors is really that we're able to go direct to seller for off-market properties and target distressed homes or distressed sellers. So as you optimize your mail campaigns towards your specific market and investment strategy, you create a reliable and consistent flow of inbound leads where all you have to do is pick up the phone and start assessing repairs and start negotiations. That mail piece is really just a conversation starter, and it's to get your foot in the door with the motivated seller. So when I think of direct mail marketing, I think of 3 main ingredients. I see it as mail selection, data sets, and consistency. So you want to make sure you're sending the right piece of mail to the right market to yield the highest response rate. Since we send and track about 3 to 5 million pieces of mail a month for investors nationwide, we can tell you exactly which pieces work the best from market to market. So in terms of your data, you want to make sure you're targeting off-market properties and motivated sellers. So I think high years of ownership, owns multiple properties, absentee owners, vacancies, things like that, to make sure we're targeting motivated sellers who actually want to disposition their home to you. And then finally, for consistency, really we see failure when people aren't consistent with direct mail marketing. Marketing is all about repetition, multiple touches to the same list, and staying in front of the homes that you're looking to buy and acquire from the motivated sellers.
How's it going, investors? My name is Sam Mullen. I'm a direct marketing coach here at REIPrintMail. I wanted to talk about a question that we get a lot from our investors, which is, how can a well-structured direct mail marketing campaign contribute to a successful real estate investment strategy? Well, that all starts with the key components of a campaign, which are, first, targeting the right audience. Focus on distressed properties, absentee owners, pre-foreclosures, and landlords with vacant properties. Often, I have clients who want to focus on one distress type. It's important to target all the distress types to cast a wider net, right? You want to look for all types of motivation to increase your inbound lead flow. Number 2, craft a compelling message, right? Pretty simple. Speak directly to the seller's pain and present a solution. And number 3, track the performance of your campaign. It's very important to use key performance indicators. That way you can look at your response rates and make adjustments throughout your campaign to ensure that your marketing dollar is being adequately spent throughout the duration of your direct mail marketing campaign. Another question we get is, what are the common pitfalls to avoid when launching a direct mail marketing campaign? You need to be consistent. I've had clients before stop mailing after month 1 because they aren't getting any calls. Well, mail has a 90-day response window, so it is very, very important to be consistent, stick with your plan, and those calls will come. We have no way of knowing when someone is going to pick up the phone and call. Some people take the mail, they look at it, they put it on their fridge, or some people will call you right away. But you need to be consistent in a direct mail marketing campaign to be successful. Thank you.